Genji 2 is an action game which is based on Japanese history. Being based on history, the stages of the game will also be based on famous battles which actually took place in ancient Japan. So here's this giant enemy crab.
I had a dream last night.
Oh.
I had a dream that I went to Evo.
Ooh.
With my boy, low tier god.
Oh, it's like the two of you like together? Like, hell yeah, let's do this.
We were buds, man. We were buds. And it turns out, in the dream world, pretty cool guy.
When he isn't real, pretty cool guy.
No, I don't. I can't say for certain, but everything I've seen and heard points to the opposite.
Yeah.
So
it's probably because that mod that you had. or is it still installed?
I had to get rid of. No, I'm done with it. I had to get rid of it. It was too much. If it didn't have the like the
hit sounds.
the Nago LTG mod would be great if it toned it down a little bit, because every time you get hit, it does like a weird grunting noise that gets. Maybe I should just get hit less. I
was gonna say maybe that's the answer. That's why it's there.
It's not so bad when I'm not getting hit, but then it just adds layers of defeat on top of me getting beat up to this like grunting sound over and over again. But I don't know if there's anything to talk about with Guilty Gear this week, because I haven't touched it. But we'll talk about it on the Giant Enemy Crab podcast. We made it back.
Hey, let's go.
We did it. I'm your host, Fliz. I'm joined by my two wonderful co-hosts, KylarEmiya.
Hello.
And Strider1.
Greetings.
And welcome back, I guess. We just didn't record last week. There was nothing in the news that wasn't layoffs and sadness in Palworld. That was it. Everything was bad in Palworld. So instead, I spent the week cracked out on Palworld. I have nothing to show for it. Still working on my base. I never played the first version, so I don't know if this is better or worse than that. But
I got this cool circular cow guy in Palworld. I never played it before 1.0, so I don't know what anything was like either, but I like my cow guy.
Yeah, you seem pretty enthralled with the cow guy. The one thing I did kind of want to touch on, you got to keep, I don't remember what mine was. I probably sent him to the recycler.
Oh, no.
One thing that I was kind of tripping on, and I noticed that we got some game reviews for you from Mr. Strider today as well. I saw that as much as I was on Palworld, he was on, not Metaphor, Granblue, I don't know what it's called, Relink?
Yeah, Granblue Fantasy Relink, because its DLC has dropped.
I was kind of thinking, what do you guys think about video game addiction as a whole? Like, they're like, if regardless of anything else in Palworld, like the loop in there is crazy addictive. Like they've really done a masterful job of like, you do this and then, oh, I need to do this so I can go do this. And everything's kind of timed in like the perfect way. So there's never any need to have downtime. Like I could always find something to do to keep going. And every time I needed something else, it was like, well, now you have to do this over here. And I experienced that a bit with Final Fantasy and what's the other big one? WoW. But it wasn't as like, I don't know, it wasn't as streamlined as it is for, I would assume Ark is the same way, and maybe Rust. I don't play a lot of these games, but I just found myself like, I could not get off until I hit like certain breakpoints, and it cost me my entire week. I'm not gonna lie. So I don't know. And the main point of that is I don't really even know if I'm having fun. I just know that I can't really stop. It's kind of like Shapes was for me. So like at what point does it become I guess when you ignore other things, but like I don't know. I just kind of wanted you guys' general thoughts on like playing a game where, and it happened with Final Fantasy as well, where I was like, I don't know if I'm even having fun, but I'm still just kind of like I want to do this. And I'm not having a bad time. I'm just not like laughing and, having a hype time. Like it's just not a thing. I'm just kind of doing a thing and watching YouTube videos, but I'm still enjoying my time. I don't know. I don't know where I really wanted to go with that. It was just something I felt I should throw out there.
Well, video games are kind of interesting because they're kind of, well, not even kind of, they are just designed in a way to keep you engaged, right? This is kind of how video games always have, because you want to, like, people make them to be enjoyed, right? And eventually we kind of kept this cycle going from enjoyment to what it is now, where we want to keep people engaged as much as often as possible, right? So video game, like addiction to video games isn't something that's really surprising, because they're meant to be engaged at every level for anybody at any time now, with mobile gaming and everything. And, you know, they've eventually tied it into just like money sinks, and just the idea that you can invest so much time in something that you just grow attached to a game over time because of that. So you just don't want to go away from it. That said, I guess, what would you consider like being addicted to games? Like, what is the line, whether it's a real addiction at that point or whether it's just like a hobby? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I personally, like, addiction as a whole is like when you start ignoring your other responsibilities to do this thing. Now you're addicted, and you're not really accomplishing anything good or even if it is a positive addiction. Like if you go, oh, I'm not gonna, clean the house, I'm gonna go work out again. Like it can be a positive thing, but if you're ignoring responsibilities to do so, then you have to look at whether you might have an issue. I just like it's only coming up just because the game seems so like it's so focused on like, you don't want to put this down. You want to keep going. And I was thinking back to like Nintendo days where you plug in Mario and you just keep playing the same levels over and over. And yeah, you could do that all night, but it wasn't like a multi-day. Like it had a finishing point. And I know Palworld does as well. Oh, all games kind of have a point where you can turn it off, but it's just weird. It's been so long since I've encountered a game that wasn't like Guilty Gear. I gotta force myself to go get beat up again sometimes,
Yeah.
This game, like if I'm not doing something, I don't know. I don't even know if I like the combat or anything. Like I'm so focused on gathering resources and building bases that this is all kind of new to me. I've not really spent a lot of time in these kind of games. Like Minecraft is obviously that to some degree, but there was never like a story to keep you going if you were done with your base. This one, there's always some next level to get to. Which is just kind of,
that's what the mods are for in Minecraft.
I know, but I'm just saying my experience with Minecraft was not like that.
I think you actually might enjoy incremental idle games, to be honest. I think you should probably try some of those.
I tried Melvor. I got kind of bored.
I mean, there's tons. Melvor is like a unique one where it's kind of similar to RuneScape. It's just something that you can like just kind of go back to every now and then, even on mobile, and just like have progress to spend stuff and do things. So you kind of get that like numbers goes up feel. I think you even said that actually when you're describing Palworld. It's like it feels like the numbers go up thing.
There are, and I'm actually probably the biggest mobile game connoisseur out of all of us. Like I'm constantly checking the App Store for stuff, and a lot of these games you're speaking of, there's a few great ones on there, but a lot of them, the idea is to get you invested until suddenly you can't do anything without spending real money, and now you're stuck, and that's the point where I've been deleting them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I actually have one or two that don't cost money, but Monster Chef, I like that one. It's old though. Yeah, I don't know. And then every time I'd be like, where's Strider at? And he's on Granblue every minute of every day. From every time I check Steam, that's where you were.
Wake up, play Granblue, go to sleep, wake up, play Granblue. I have like 80 plus hours in a week.
Oh my God. So tell us about video game addiction.
Hey man, I had a week off work, perfectly lined up with how that released. I was like, it's a sign.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Like, right. I got real lucky that I had no work for like a week when that came out.
Well, since you have that and quite a few other games, I guess we'll move on. I guess just be careful out there. What were you gonna say?
Well, I was gonna say the other thing about like video games, video game addiction is because video games, I'm pretty sure research has shown that it has like a very high impact on like dopamine because the games are very satisfying to play. It makes it very difficult to not only put down, but also just do other things in general and just get other hobbies in general that can compete with that dopamine release that video games can give you. You know what I mean? So,
because everything in the real world takes time. When I can just log on this and have my base built in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not like building a shed outside that's going to take me a day and might be all jacked up when I'm done.
Yeah, so video games can get very dangerous. They're very well designed now. There's definitely lots of formulas to make very good games, or even like games that like we usually consider like pretty bad. If you get someone who's never played a game before, it'd probably be like, you know, something absolutely mind blowing to them. You know what I mean?
Another thing is that there's probably a game that's exactly for you somewhere.
Yeah.
Is because like there's basically every type of imaginable playable content under the sun. You just have to find it.
Oh yeah.
There's been nothing worse for my wallet right now than Steam's new recommended calendar. I don't know if
the
you guys.
calendar's good.
It's got me pinned. It's got me down to a T. Every single game I look, like I'm like, oh shit, this looks sick. Add to wish list or purchase and try it out.
Oh, it doesn't have me like that yet. I don't know. I play such varied games. Like I probably just know what to think. And then my discovery queue is all screwed up too because I've looked at like over 21,000 games. Because I just scroll through it when bored. So I just have the most random things in my calendar. But it's just nice to look at every now and then for me.
Yeah, no, it's got me pinned. So like if I'm like, is there anything new to play? I just pop that open and it immediately helps me find like the new things within 30 seconds. And it's so bad for my wallet.
I've never seen this before. Might have to.
It's
some of this looks good, like this Master Healer Kale with the Useless Party. That seems kind of cool.
Oh, I saw
There's
that
crap
game.
in here I would never touch though.
Yeah, I know.
Vamp.
I
I can tell it's taking games that I would not consider I like, and like vampiric life dating simulator. Like, nah, you must be looking at that one time I played that one thing.
No, it's because you've both Sucker for Love. You earn Hooked on.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Daylight, the Cooking Companions. Like you actually own more than a few visual novels.
And I hate most of them.
But it's like these are in his library. And by technically, you do have multiple that it's picking up and being like, you might like these.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if it tailors a little bit better at some point, because none of this looks very interesting to me.
I mean, I turned it up to 500 games, so it finds me the indie games.
Oh my god. You're trying to get stuck in Steam. You're trying to live here.
Moving in.
What do you mean moving in? I've been here for already. This isn't a new thing.
Well, shoot. I guess that's that then. I don't know. I just felt like we had to talk about something Palworld related because that's all. Man, my algorithm got screwed, and that's all I ever see.
You just want pals. You crave pals.
I think they're the stupidest looking thing. Like they're all the designs are so lame. The eyes look like they're all just slapped on there like stickers. Like I don't think it's that good of a. It's not bad game. I don't know. There's
the
issues
cow.
I have with it.
The cow's cool.
Some of them are kind of cool, but they're all very cutesy.
Do you think
really
the game
bad,
deserves
though.
its rating? Let's start there then.
What's its rating?
What's the
Overwhelmingly
Is it
positive.
overwhelming?
Yep. Overwhelming.
I think it's fun.
Well,
it's like nothing crazy to me though.
Well, I've not played a lot of these kind of games either, and I don't really like Pokemon. That's the thing though. I don't play like the PAL game. Like I play the base building and resource harvesting. I don't care about the actual like the exploring and beating bosses stuff is like the least interesting to me. Which makes me think I'm gonna try Stardew Valley or something at some point and just disappear forever.
It's if there's not a better game to lose your life to than Stardew Valley.
I mean, I'd have to say overwhelmingly yeah. Like as far as like a game goes, yeah, definitely it's should be overwhelmingly. But I've had no issues with it.
My only real
Even the
problems
minor
with it is like, yeah, there's just minor things. Like the base building, I think is really rough, and I wish you could have a bigger base. Other than that,
It wants
like
you to
just,
go up.
yeah, other than that, it's just kind of fun. I don't really want to, but it like forces you to. You know what I mean? So, but other than that, like it's really fun game.
There are definitely things that could be fleshed out a little better. Like your base could be wider if your pals could make it to bed on time. But they can't for whatever reason. There's lots of clipping. You can't like prioritize tasks in order for your pals, which sucks. Like you should be able to say, do this and then do this and then do that. You can't do that. You can only have it do one thing at a time. Which is not good when a lot of the pals do like 4 or 5 different things.
Yeah.
So, but that's like so minimal compared to like a lot of other stuff I've played. Like it's fine. I could never see like a negative rating for it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they're out there, but
of course there's always those type of reviews.
You know what? Now I'm curious. You guys, I want to see a couple negative ratings. Let me see what people hate about Palworld. I'm surprised you didn't. Oh, you were playing the other game though. I figured you'd play with us, but
I mean,
nobody. That's one thing that does kind of suck is nobody. Like we have a whole server and nobody's really playing together. Everybody's doing their own thing. Speak for
yourself.
Yeah, no.
You and your girlfriend.
Yeah, we were playing. She told me all my pals suck, and she replaced all of them because they're all bad workers, and I was sad. I was like, but they're so cute.
Yeah, no. I plan to give 1.0 a try at some point, but you guys, by the time I was done with Relink, you guys had been playing for a while, so I had no interest to join at that point.
Oh, I guess.
That's fair.
I'm just doing stuff.
Yeah, these are...
Because Palworld is just like, one of those games that I just don't want to start late behind people.
It's fine. Everybody, like I said, everybody's doing like our friend Eagles joined my guild, but I've not done anything with her. I basically just gave her a base and said, you can do what you want with this and I'll help with whatever. We just kind of share resources. You don't share pals unless you want to. So you're still kind of playing your own game. But now I'm at a point where like some of the bosses I need help with. Yeah, these negative reviews are kind of lame.
Unsurprising. It's the Steam forums.
They're like neurotic. I'm good off this. Like these people are whiny. Yeah, good game. All right, should we move on from Palworld?
Works for me.
I think so.
Yeah, all right, moving on from Palworld. Mr. Strider, what did you play? Why did it take up your whole life this week?
So, the DLC for Granblue Fantasy Relink, Endless Ragnarok dropped. And to put it in a way you guys are probably more familiar with, it's basically the G rank expansion / Master rank expansion for Relink, where it adds a new continuation of story / difficulty and a bunch of new mechanics to the game to basically promote more playtime. And so far I've played and beaten everything that's in there right now. We're probably going to get updates based on how the base game went, but there's a lot of new things that are really cool. Because, so the way the game worked is most of your power beforehand came from sigils, which were basically, you had 12 slots to put traits in that do stuff like buff your dodge or do more damage on charge attacks, charge faster, or so forth, just abilities. But you could have 2 of them on each sigil, and that's where most of your power came from. But with this DLC, they wanted new systems to go on top of that, so that it wasn't just getting better and better sigils. made your character better. So they've added a few new there's two new really big gameplay mechanics. One is the ability to push your weapons further through what's known as Transcendence. And one of the big problems with the base game is that there was a de facto best weapon at the end of the game, and it was the last weapon type you got, the Terminus weapon. Mm-hmm. But the way that weapon works is you have to stay under a certain max HP threshold to get the damage bonuses from it. So it promotes a very glass cannon-y playstyle. But with the weapon Transcendence, which allows you to bring basically every weapon up to an endgame level by the end, with the Terminus weapons upgrade being the on paper the best, but you're also the squishiest. But with the way the stat scaling works in this endgame, is now most of the weapon types are viable. So you can run something focused on stunning, something focused on just being a tank, and something focused on just a balance. So forth.
Oh, okay, so just opened it up so there's more options for you to play.
Yes, there's a lot because with one of the big things that changed in MS Ragnarok is you don't really need attack power in your builds anymore to hit your quote, because every character has damage caps, and one of the stats you can increase is how much damage you can deal in a single hit. Before, characters need to slot in attack and damage cap so that they hit their damage caps, but now you just get so much raw attack through basically the entire new DLC that you don't need a build attack. So there's more build variety because you have more slots open to put in stuff that you want. But the other major thing that they added is master traits, which, so instead of increasing the level cap, what they did was they added a new leveling system that goes from it starts with max level 10, then unlocks to 20, 30, and 50, and then being able to push it even further after that. But what it does is it basically gives every character three play styles that they can play around. To use my original main as an example, his three types are: one focuses on buffing the charge speeds of his heavies, which was basically his main playstyle before, is he has the hardest hitting charge attacks in the game. But there was also two other playstyles as well. One based off parrying with charge attacks, because all charge attacks in the game parry on release. So if you get hit right as you release the button, you'll parry. And each one grabs a stacking damage for the rest of the quest. And the other one is based off going all in on your damage skills. So there's three defined playstyles, and you can mix and match traits under those three skill trees, basically, to try to find the playstyle for you. So there's a lot more build variety is one of the big things within this Ragnarok.
Okay, that's pretty cool, especially because it's always interesting to see how they're going to increase the numbers in that way, right? Whenever a new expansion for any game drops, which is why for Monster Hunter, like you mentioned, with the new one that's coming out, we have what was it called? It's the weird gauntlet thing that they have now that you can do, but there's going to be different attacks instead of just the numbers for your damage increasing certain games. So with this one, now you can have specific roles. How much do roles matter in this game?
They don't really. It's just how you want to play your character. Because at the end of the game, everyone's still DPS. Because a lot of the end game is the end game quests are basically you have 13 minutes to win a fight, and you have some leeway, but not too much. And the other thing is that they're revamps of the fights throughout the story, but to be made even harder with special mechanics on top of them, which is a much better endgame than the original game had as an endgame, which was basically just one fight over and over.
Yeah.
But now they have a whole new system in place, which is known as Defy Infinity, where basically you can check what the mechanic changes is. Because for one of them is boss has two phases. You have to kill the first phase fast, because if you take too long, it starts getting a damage stacking buff for phase 2. But the way you deal with it is there's a specific attack that if you perfect guard, the boss will take like 4 full damage for 15 seconds. So it's the way you actually get through the fight in a reasonable time.
Oh, okay.
So there's 4 or 5 fights for Defy Infinity right now. We haven't gotten any what they plan to do for updates. We just know they're doing stuff. But there's definitely like a whole structure in place for them to add more fights in the future, which I would not be surprised if they do. And these fights are like the perfect blend of challenging and like what you can reasonably expect randoms to do, because back in the base game, their final update, they added a super hard quest, which is a harder version of their DLC boss that they added for the base game, and it was basically play perfect or die.
Oh.
Like, it was, you had 10 minutes and this 10 minutes includes all the boss cutscenes where it does scripted attacks, basically like how a Final Fantasy 14 raid works. But it was very difficult, and I hadn't cleared it till after the DLC came out, because we got enough power to basically just run it over. But these new Defy Infinity fights are really fun and balanced like pretty well. But in addition to the master traits and transcendent systems, one other mechanic they added was summoning, which is certain actions in a fight will build your summon gauge, which is shared between the entire party. But you can call summons. Each one can be used once in a quest, although there are some quests that are long enough where you'll get all of your summons back halfway through. But basically, they just do a bunch of stuff. Like some give potions, some allow you to control a powerful character for a short time. Like some of the bosses are summons that you can control for 10, 15 seconds to deal as much damage as possible.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So they're able to be used to like get through the tougher mechanics that you want to, because there's like one fight in particular that I always summon at the exact same point because to just get through the mechanic. But there's like enough strategy to be used with them. And the other thing is each character has 4 summons that they can equip to their party, and the summons also come with both a random bonus, like you deal more damage with normal attack skills or so forth, or more healing. And then they also have a sigil tied to them. So there's also like another power progression point there.
Now, for these, is it like a boss rush-esque thing where you have like, story and then a boss fight and then more story and then a boss fight? Or is there stuff in between it, like gameplay-wise?
Most of the quests are the same as they were in like the post-game for the original game, where it's basically mostly boss fights.
Okay.
Like there'll be the odd like defend this crystal old mission, or kill as many enemies as you can in 3 minutes, which are good farming missions. But for the most part, it's because the big thing with this was this DLC wasn't even like planned to be made till like 3 months after the original game came out, because they went, oh wait, this game actually did some numbers. So it's got like a 2-year dev cycle or something like that, and you can feel it in some points.
Ooh.
The story, like there's no like cutscenes like there were in the original game. It's mostly like just like characters talk to each other. Yeah. They continue their trend of basically there's a lot of times where you refight a previous enemy or like a reskin of it, but it has like some new mechanics on top of it, so it's like it's a revamp of the fight. But there are quite a few new fights, like completely brand new fights, and especially the big boss ones that they've been teasing before the game came out. Because basically, almost all of the bosses that they added are stuff that's already been done for the original mobile game. So it's a lot of their greatest hits. And like they've done some of the people's like favorite fights, such as the World Hexachromatic Hierarch and some others, which are definitely my standout fights.
How many bosses are there in this?
But all of the new big fights are really, really good, and there's some of my favorite fights in any game I've played in a while.
Yeah, it did look like a fun game because, like, from what I saw, it looks like a Final Fantasy 14 type battles, but with, I don't know, tails.
That's
actions.
That's a pretty good way to put it. It's like it's like a character action game mixed with Final Fantasy 14. It's because the characters play very differently from each other because they're basically how you like weapons in Monster Hunter, for example. It's defined by which character you choose. Because there's now 28 characters to play.
Jesus.
With
no Luane still.
No Luane.
Throw it in the trash. Garbage game. Sorry, I'm biased.
I am not surprised. But I don't even know if you would want a Luane playstyle in a game like that. I don't even know how he would play.
I just like Luane. He just throws garbage. Everybody else can go fight, and he's just throwing garbage and healing himself. Not his party members, just himself in the corner. And then when you're about to lose, you just summon.
Are you here, Lionel? Well,
no.
Their internet died.
Womp womp.
Well, I guess we'll continue. Hopefully he comes back. But yeah, no. Because if you want to play the character closest to Greatsword, for example, you would actually probably play my original main. Because with Endless Ragnarok, I picked up one of the new characters as well. So I bounced between playing those two. But like basically, the original character I played, Vasaraga, his whole thing was charged heavies, which is basically landing true charge slashes. Because they are like the single heaviest hitting normal attacks in the game. Like they do more damage than most skills, but also like actually being able to sit next to the boss and charge it up requires some finesse. Because bosses are very mobile in this game for the harder fights.
Now you've got the great sword experience. Get off them dual blades. Come play great sword next time. You should pick up great sword with us for the next expansion. Now that you've already told me that you can do it with Vasaraga, so I expect to see great sword next expansion when we jump back in.
Well, I mean, also Vasaraga allows you to just be belligerent because one of his skills just makes you immortal for 30 seconds. And then when it wears off, your HP gets set to 1.
Oh, home gang.
Basically, yep. It just nice. and if I'm playing perfectly, I'll get another charge of that skill before it wears off. Which is much harder to do when the boss just decides to leave for 20 seconds to do a mechanic.
Yeah, I watched it a little bit and I was like, this looks like something I'd get into. And then I was thinking about how much time you've spent on it. And I'm like, I'm already addicted to I haven't touched Guilty Gear in so long. I can't pick up another addicting game, man. I need to get back on the grind.
The thing with Relink is it's much less of a grind through the game if you play multiplayer. Because you only have to gear your player character instead of your entire party of 4. Which can take a second. So, because a lot of my playtime was me trying to get up 2 other AIs because I was playing through the game with someone. So I didn't need to make all 4 characters. I only need to make 2. And it took me a while to basically get every gear because like playing through the game is paced pretty well, but there's Relink and its DLC both have a harsh like end game grind. Because it can take like 7 or 8 hours to get a single character, if not longer.
Dang.
It's definitely one of the bigger names. The thing though is like the original grind got basically shot out back because there's a new mode known as Conflux, which is a roguelike mode, and it awards you like after a single. There's like 5 difficulties that you unlock throughout it, but like difficulty 3. It gives you like the original endgame grinds materials, like it took like 3 to 5 hours to get in like 10 minutes. Like you just get all of the materials you need.
Well, that's pretty normal for a grindy game.
Yep.
Or after the expansion, everything. I mean, look at Monster Hunter. You spend all that time gearing up, and then Iceborne comes out, and immediately it's all trash. I think you even got gear with Iceborne that was better than anything you could have gotten from the Defender gear right off the bat was better than anything you had before.
Yep, the fast track, but it only took like 1 single ore of like as you progress through the game to upgrade. and was just like
Which is-
stronger. The fast track
Yeah,
pass.
I mean, which is good because especially in a multiplayer situation, you want people to be able to team up and not, like that was the main issue with Final Fantasy is, let's play. It's super fun. You just got to spend 100 hours playing by yourself and then you can play with us. That's a hard sell.
The feeling of playing Final Fantasy 14 through by myself to catch up with you guys was rough. Like,
No, we
I
all
was-
kind of played by ourselves. I had to catch up with them too.
I mean, yeah. When I started, you guys were at the end of Stormblood, and I managed to catch up with you guys before you finished Shadowbring.
Yeah, you did.
Fucking, I was just playing that 10 to 12 hours a day, and I wanted to blow my brains out by the end of it, dude.
Well, the other part of that is you picked a DPS. Well, because we needed a DPS as well. But every time you try to queue up as DPS, good luck. There's another 10, 20 minutes you're waiting.
It's not even that, but like the random bullshit that I had to do as part of the story, quest-wise, was like wait here 3 times in a row, and you just want to lose it.
Well, that's everybody. But I distinctly remember messages in Discord. Hey, are you on Final Fantasy? No? Get on. I need a tank. Come on. I want to do the dungeon and I don't want to sit here for 25 minutes waiting.
I didn't have time to wait. I need to keep going fast
Gladly. Tank do job.
Tank do job.
Tank do job. Tank do job. What do you mean? If y'all don't know, we were doing a raid in Final Fantasy, and I think somebody who had English as a second language was getting mad at my tanking, and so all they could say over and over was "tank do job." I think we were losing our minds at that point with the game, though.
That was a beautiful
It was just-
alliance raid.
It was just weird. Like the last person. This is one thing I don't understand about games is like everybody plays MOBAs. They play. Momorpagas, everything where you need a party, and people always decide to go after the tank, which is like the least liked. Like nobody plays tanks, nobody wants to play tank. It's a like thankless position, but it's so necessary, and people just aren't thankful at all. And I'm like, man, if y'all knew what I go through playing solo tank on Marvel Rivals, nope, it's the tank's fault, not the 4th DPS's fault. Ugh. Sorry.
Of course, it has to be the tank's fault because otherwise it would be their fault, and they don't like that.
Look, my genuine idea, and I've thought this since Overwatch 1, is the tank has the most HP, right? So when everybody else has died, their screen goes to the one person who's left standing, and it's always the tank. And so everybody is like, oh, well, now that I'm focused on the tank and they're not dead yet, it's got to be the tank's fault. I think that 90% of tank complaints come from that specifically. It's just like, it's a trick of the mind. It's not your tank's fault that you're dead. You just, you're just stuck on his screen. So you can throw the blame wherever you want. Anyway, continue with
counterpoint in Final Fantasy 14. Sometimes me being dead was directly your fault because you'd bring markers over to me.
Yeah, that was on purpose, though.
But that doesn't mean it wasn't your fault. You have definitely killed me more than once.
I'd never played a MMO where like your party could die and you'd be the tank and you'd just be like, I'll just keep doing this, and they have to sit there and watch while you spend like 30 minutes just powering out the rest. Like you could literally die on purpose and just restart everything, and it would take less time. But that's not the spite in me. The spite's got to say, I'm doing it myself.
The number of times that we've had a random healer die, and like the other DPS dies, so it's me and you, and I would just slowly, because I would take slightly more damage than I could heal throughout my rotation. So it'd be us two doing half the boss, and I would die about 15%, and you would just inch over the finish line very slowly.
Oh yeah, well I could also heal you too because the tanks, the warrior's busted. I'm just gonna heal. I'm the healer and the tank and the DPS now. What of it?
And we're all just sitting there watching.
Relink is not like that.
The warrior solo it for 7 minutes.
Yeah. How does I mean, you got other games to get to. I was just curious real quick. How does the multiplayer function in regards to like regular MMOs for that game? Like, do you need a healer? Do you need a tank? Do you need a party to do stuff, or is everybody just beating up the monster?
It's basically everyone's beating up the monster. Though,
okay,
they're like one of the characters I picked up with the DLC, which are they made the two other generals that you fight throughout the story playable in that DLC. But one of his builds is basically just barbarian spin from Diablo.
Ooh, whirlwind barb.
So literally my entire thing is I just spin into them and ignore mechanics, because while you're spinning with that build, or while you're spinning with that character, he auto blocks. And then I have a bunch of defense modifiers, including more defense and guard when spinning, due to one of his unique character modifier sigils, that he can literally just walk through end game boss fights and just maintain 100% uptime because he's just spinning into the boss no matter what they're doing. It doesn't do the
Diablo.
It doesn't do the most. It doesn't do the most damage, but it does the most consistent damage because I'm always spinning in their face.
Oh, that's a Kyler class. Oh, I can watch YouTube and play the game. Count me in.
Oh yeah, multitasking, dude. You wouldn't understand. I'm too powerful.
Yeah, no. Because there's that brain dead simple, and then there's the other build I run for him as well, where his whole mechanic is just you build up skill uses by using skills, and for each stack you get, the next one deals more damage. And then once you get up to 10, you have a cash out skill that just does 1 billion damage.
Oh.
And so you just keep rotating that, and then you're punished heavily for dying, where if you die, all of your stacks are removed. So it's basically a lot of how much can you weave these skills in together.
Well, that sounds kind of cool. Would you recommend Granblue base and expansion?
Yes, absolutely. The thing with the expansion was it was $30. They dropped the base game's price to $40, and I think it's $60 for both of them. I can't check because I own both of them. If one of you can check and confirm if it's $60 for both.
Granblue Fantasy Relink is $80. Oh, that's a special edition. Endless Ragnarok?
Yeah, but that's the DLC.
Okay, it's $60. Oh, it's both. Okay.
Yep.
Wait. Yeah, it's both. So $60 for both.
Okay, that's what I thought. So absolutely worth it for $60. There is a ton of game here. But
no Lil Wayne.
Because for like the first 20, because the thing with the original game is there's very little multiplayer to play till you're done with the original story, which plays more like a traditional RPG.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, it turns into more Monster Hunter like quest grinding focused, which is what the DLC picks up with. It's basically go do these quests and then do the next ones to unlock after that until you're done. And then playing through it, you'll eventually get walled by something, so you have to go back and do some grinding to get more powerful.
All right. I guess we'll move on from there for time's sake. Big recommend from Strider. The other two games you talked about, I don't know anything about.
Yep.
What are they?
Doom the Dark Ages DLC came out.
Oh, okay, I do know about that.
Yep, so Revelations, which might be the last Doom content we get for a long while with the layoffs.
Yeah, the other part about, like, I did not hear anything about Doom DLC coming out. Like, I know Dark Ages kind of, I'm not going to say it was bad or anything, but like the hype around it fell pretty quick. Just based on how everybody was so hyped for the trailer, and then the game came out and nobody was really talking about it a couple weeks later. But I like had no idea there was even going to be DLC released.
Yeah, they announced it like 2 months ago at something.
One of the million
events,
new conferences they have. Yeah.
Yeah, basically, it takes place after the end of Dark Ages, but before 2016. But the new big thing that they give you in that DLC is they give you the Chain Spear, which is basically allows you to turn the Dark Ages into Eternal again. Because it is
Oh, that's cool.
so much mobility. Because it gives you dashes. It gives you it gives you the meat hook ability where you can hook onto basically any enemy and use it to propel like the Titanfall grappling hook. It also behaves as the Sentinel Hammer from Eternals DLC. It's just so much movement and utility into one thing. Because it's supposed to be the equivalent of the shield, and because you lose the shield after the first stage and you get it back after the second. So you basically have two playstyles that you can swap between with the grounded stand and fight approach of the Dark Ages with the shield, and then you can swap at any point the spear, which plays much more like Eternal with its increased movement speed and absurd aerial movement.
Now, can you go back to the previous content with the spear?
I don't think so, because I think it's
I was gonna say, because that would probably break stuff.
I would not be surprised if it broke everything if you went back there. I never tried, because the way the DLC works is there's basically you play through each stage, but there's a bunch of areas you can't access the first time, and then once you finish the DLC, you get something known as the Master Key, which unlocks the Master Arenas, which are basically the post-game content of the DLC, which is where all the hardest encounters are, and where you get your final upgrades, which
Okay.
I've not gone through and done yet, because I finished the DLC last night, the original playthrough. And there's a bunch of events that happen, that are basically, if you know your Doom lore, these events have to happen, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're in between, we're before 2016, so we have to set some stuff up for 2016, and they leave it open-ended, basically, because there's events that we have to cover between. They could cover another few Doom games, but basically it gets everything set up for basically the Doom Slayer's eternal crusade through hell. But another really big improvement is the Dark Ages original soundtrack, the base game soundtrack, was good, but the songs they put out for this DLC are fantastic. Because there's a lot more experimentation going on with the soundtrack, and when it calls for it, there's a lot more they use a lot of original Doom music, parts throughout it. There's a lot of original one of the final songs has a part from the original Doom's E1M5 play, or at Doom's Gate plays at a certain point in a song. There's a lot of references to the old Doom music, which is really cool. And then they also there's a lot for a few songs that call for it. There's definitely some music that sounds more like mixed music in terms of the Argent metal.
Okay. No, standouts like BFG or anything. Nothing that's gonna change the music, the video game music landscape, though.
There are two songs that I would call all some of the best songs that Doom's ever had, and that's Valley of Bones and Until It Is Done. Those two songs are some of my absolute favorite Doom soundtracks.
I'll have to check those out myself.
Because the other thing is that the soundtrack in game and on YouTube are different. Because in game they basically mix multiple songs throughout a stage. The ambience goes from combat to ambience back to ambience to combat, but it'll cycle between different songs, which gives it a different sound than the uploads they have for the soundtrack on YouTube, for example. So it can be a little different in game than if just listening to the soundtrack on its own. They also fixed the problem where the music was muted back when the game originally came out, so it's much more front and center.
Yeah. I remember you talking about that. The mix was just bad.
Yeah, no, the mix is much better. I turned everything down slightly, turned the music up to 100, and it was just as loud as I needed it to be.
Oh, nice.
But there's a lot of post game content for this one. Like, there's still another like 4 or 5 hours to go back and get everything. Now that I can, so there's actually quite a bit of content for this DLC. For a Doom game, like it's probably about 12 hours worth of content.
Oh, cool. Well, how much is it though? I guess it doesn't matter with a Doom game. It's going to be a packed 12 hours.
Yeah, it's $20, I think, for the DLC.
Oh, nice. That's not bad at all.
I had Game Pass, so I just got the DLC.
Yeah, get all you can out of Game Pass while it's still here.
Yep.
I'm not saying I heard anything about it going away, but it's not looking good.
It's a pretty fantastic DLC, so I can highly recommend it.
All right,
also, because I'm like one of the people who cares about Doom lore, so there's some really cool things that happen in it that I was a fan of. That's about.
I never. What were you saying?
That's about all I have to say for the Doom DLC, because it's just more Doom with some new movement.
It's more Doom. How can you say no to more Doom? What else did you play? What's the last one? That one I don't think I know anything about.
So I saw this game was coming out like 2 days before it came out. It's called Denshattack. Denshattack.
Is that the bus?
It's a train.
It's a train.
And this game just runs on Rule of Cool. Like, because basically the way the game works is that you're basically on tracks, and there's a few things you can do. You can jump, and if there's tracks nearby, you can rotate to other tracks. But the main thing that happens through each stage is, while you're going through it, you have to try to do as many tricks with the right thumbstick as possible, which involves like the different ways you spin it, like up, like just like doing a half rotation is like a 2-star trick, fully rotating it's like a 3-star, or doing something like going down, up, down is a 4-star trick. And basically you're just trying to chain as many combos together, because basically as the game keeps going, it's going to introduce more and more mechanics and ways that keep your combo going. Because I'm only a few hours into the game so far. But basically every level just introduces something new. Whether that's the ability to just ride on walls, or if you're going down a tunnel, derail your train to just start skating around on the inside of a tunnel.
No.
I've done things like kickflip a cruise ship off of a tidal wave. I've done stuff like just ride a Ferris wheel through water. Was one thing that happened in one of the first stages. Like, there's just so many cool set pieces and like stage designs. Because basically, it's the type of game where each stage is like 2 to 3 minutes long on average, with a few stages being a little longer. But you're basically just trying to do it as fast as possible, score as many points, and collect all the collectibles, and do the mini stage challenges, which might be things like jump through every bridge that is on the stage as you go through it.
Well, those games they definitely have, like, there's times where I'm definitely in the mood for that. Like, what was that one where is it a grappling hook? Where you're constantly grappling to the next thing? I could be, maybe it's not a grappling hook. I think maybe you gifted it to me, Strider, but it's like platforming, and there's like buses coming at you, and you're running over them, and just quick little time attack stuff.
I keep wanting to say Super Hot. That's not it. Oof.
No, but that's a better game. But
oh my god, what is the fucking bus game called?
You know what I'm talking about, though, right? Like,
Yeah.
Is it a grappling hook or is it something else?
I think the grappling hook is an option you have in it.
What the hell is the main thing you do in that game?
Because you run along the top of buses to get to the end of the game stage, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're talking. Oh my god, what is this called?
What is that? I'm gonna be mad when I find out because I know if it's not a grappling hook, what else could it be? Who knows? Who does? It doesn't matter. We'll figure. I'll remember. What? So tell me more about this Densha. You know what I was looking for? Did you guys ever play a game called Incredible Crisis?
No.
No.
Okay. Never mind that. It was an old PlayStation 1 game that was like it told a story, but the story didn't matter because it was just like a million different mini games in one. Very I don't know what the
It's
vibe
Cluster
would be
Truck.
like. Katamari.
Is that
Cluster Truck? There you go. That's the one I'm thinking of.
I was saying,
Yes, it is just trucks.
It's not buses, it's trucks. That's what was throwing me off.
That'll do it.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, nothing. It doesn't matter. Densha. Yeah, that was one of the games it recommended to me. Densha.
Yeah, Denshattack. I think because the other thing is that, like, this game doesn't feel like an indie game in the same sense, because the kind of scale of each of these stages has been kind of nuts, considering that, like, from what I can tell, like, with the UI, there's, like, anywhere from 6 to 8 or 9 stages per region, right? And there's 9 regions in total. But the actual, like, visual design of each of these areas is crazy.
No, it looks very much so like that beat 'em up.
Yeah, Hi-Fi Rush. That's exactly.
Hi-Fi Rush. Yep. God, that's a good game.
Yeah, it's very much it gives me the same vibes, where it's just devs were. I don't even know how many people worked on this game, but it definitely just gives me the vibes of game dev had a vision for the game he wanted to make and just made the hypest game imaginable.
Yeah, it's like they took that one little section from the trolley problem and turned it into a full game.
Because the other thing is, like, the game is just fun to play through once. Like, because right now what I'm doing is I'm just going through each stage, and then I'll, if I want to play more once I'm done with the game, come back and try to go for the gold medals. But, like, it's just cool because you're like, what wacky new crazy thing is it going to have me do next for the next stage?
Well, apparently they have a similar game. I guess this is Devolver Skate Story, which is it's skateboarding. It's the same kind of thing, though. This one's overwhelmingly positive as well. All right.
But yeah, it's not, because I've only got a few hours in Denshattack so far, but it's definitely one of those games where it's just like, this game is fantastic. You give it a try if you can. For $20, it's absolutely worth it, and I am excited to play more.
Oh, nice. I might have to check that out. I think is that all you got on that, though? Are you good?
Yep, just wanted to bring it to attention because fantastic game. It's like definitely one of those games you can feel that, like, it's a ton of love and care went into this. So I wanted to bring any attention I can to it.
I'll make sure to throw it in the thumbnail. Put a big old bus running into Lil Wayne. I love Lil Wayne.
Who would win? The train or Lil Wayne?
He's got enough hype wherever he wins.
You know, his theme song is Party. I thought it was Party Train. Man,
it's Party People.
Party People. Synchronicity ruined. Well, I'd say there's not really been a whole lot of news, like I said. So I think unless y'all got anything else, little tidbits, I think we're pretty much good. Oh,
did you hear that the lead for Kratos had to get recasted for the TV show?
I did not, but I know that people didn't seem too happy with the whole situation with just who they chose, I think.
Yeah, people weren't already a fan of him. Like remember that picture that came out, that the little teaser really photo, whack. And it was the photo was not a good photo. But apparently he had some kind of injury on stage that made it so he could not resume filming. And they'd already finished like 6 episodes. Or no, I think it's 4 episodes now. So they have to find someone else to do it because he's not going to recover like for a long time for whatever happened. We don't even know what happened. We had to go to surgery.
Do you think anything even happened, or did they look at those episodes and go,
Maybe, I don't know, because like I said, apparently he had to go into surgery for it. So, and I don't know how you'd verify that, but yeah, they're gonna have to redo a lot. So who even knows if this is coming out at this point?
I'm something about that is kind of funny, where it's like the actor who played Kratos got injured and couldn't do it anymore. Like maybe a different character, but Kratos?
Yeah.
Like his whole life is getting injured and keeping going. Like that's he doesn't stop. That's the Kratos way. It's a cursed role, just like Master Chief. Maybe he can be the new Master Chief.
Maybe. He's pretty tall.
Yeah. You'll never watch it.
No, not after the last one. No, thank you. I'm good.
The only other thing I had is we watched Mortal Kombat 2, and it was actually a pretty decent movie. I think video game movies are just getting better as a whole. For a very long time, they're like relegated to the dumpster, and now they're like putting effort in with like the back rooms, and I'm just kind of shocked at like how much I enjoyed the second
video
Mortal
game
Kombat
movie?
I don't know.
Yeah,
yes.
there's lots of backrooms games.
Yeah.
There's so many.
Yeah, there's a bunch. The Iron Lung, that's a video game movie.
That is, yes.
I like Iron Lung.
But I mean,
But I'm just saying that there's like they're actual movies. That what was it? Station 8? I didn't really like it, but you liked that a lot. It was, regardless of whether I liked it or not, it was a well done movie.
No.
Exit 8, yeah. It was well done regardless of my subjective opinion on it.
Do that Mortal
So I
Kombat
think-
movie? They killed some folks. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. The one guy, we were laughing because in the first movie, there's that guy, I can't remember, it's Cole maybe. And he's just like such a dud as a protagonist, and everybody hated him. And they brought him back, and we're kind of watching, and it's like halfway through the movie, and we're like, has he said a single line? Like he's always just kind of standing there in the background. I'm like, I bet there's a reason for that. Like maybe they didn't like him, so they didn't write any lines, or maybe they just hated the character and they were like, we're not gonna do anything. Come to find out, yeah, they hated the character. They smashed him with a hammer. he
did stuff.
died.
He did some cool stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Some of it was pretty cool. He had a cool fight, but they totally wrote him out and said, all right, we'll get
It was 100% everybody hates this character. What should we do? Smash his head with a hammer. Okay. Hit him with the first fatality. Yeah, they killed a lot of the characters in that. I was kind of shocked. It's definitely going to be a...
Oh, you're talking about a different person I'm thinking of.
Who are you talking about?
I thought you were talking about the main fire guy. I thought that's who you meant.
Oh, Liu Kang. No, they had some, like, the other thing is there was some cool fight scenes where they did some how do I put this? Like in martial arts movies, there's a lot of times specific, it's not the right term, but like set play, like they'll have a whole scene set up for a very specific move they want to do. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's great. Sometimes it's a dud. Sometimes they don't try at all. And it's just like this lame kicks and punches and whatever. The fight choreography for this, they definitely had some like storyboard moments in there. Like they had some very pre-planned, like we're going to do this cool thing. Like the Liu Kang finisher he did was solid against Kung Lao. I was like, ooh, that was nasty. No, I was talking about the protagonist from the first movie, the son of Scorpion or whatever that was.
Yeah, okay, because I don't remember that one like almost at all.
Yeah, it's because it sucked.
Yeah. Not great.
They brought back Kano and killed that guy. They knew they read the comments. They read the Reddit comments.
It was also really weird seeing the one guy play is it Luke Cage? I don't know my Mortal Kombat like at all.
Oh yeah, the boys. The I can't remember his name. The actor, the Scottish guy.
Yeah, seeing him play Luke Cage was weird.
I mean, he did a fine job. You could definitely hear the accent coming out sometimes.
Every now and then. But I liked him a lot. It was fun.
he was a fun character. I don't think he even had like a real serious point to being in there. Like he only did something at the end. Everything else was kind of unnecessary.
Yeah.
But the movie was just fun. Like I know people hate the phrase like turn your brain off to watch a movie. This was like a brain off group of friends kind of movie. It had some jokes that were funny. It had some fight scenes that were cool. I didn't just like hate watching it. Definitely miles ahead of the first one. The first new one, I guess.
Well, it also wasn't trying to get like super overly complicated either. It was just like a lot of fighting, and like the story was very like he has this thing. We need to not let him have the thing. Okay, that was kind of it.
No. I think you're getting it wrong there because there was a lot of unnecessary garbage happening. But the movie itself knew that it was just unnecessary garbage.
Yeah,
like the scene where they're in Outworld and he's like feeding the birds and there's no birds there. There's no birds here, but he's like they're having a conversation while just throwing birdseed on the ground. Like, I don't know why they did. Why did Raiden not die when he got his stuff sucked out? I don't like, but it doesn't matter. I'm not like really caring about it because the movie just keeps rolling. It was just fun. I'd recommend it to watch with some friends. If you like, I don't know, kung fu. If you like kung fu movies and video games and stupid stuff. It was just fun.
Well, I was comparing it to like the
the
old Mortal Kombat. That's the movie I remember, the old Mortal Kombat movie from like the 90s. Do you know what I'm talking about?
That's it's a bad movie, but I love it. And it's not just for nostalgia. Like, it's a fun watch. Like, it's not the greatest, but for the time, it was pretty baller. And the soundtrack was killer.
I owned it on VHS. I had watched it multiple times. It's the only reason why I still even remember it, because I've seen it like a ton of times.
No.
But I also remember being very confused about what was happening in that movie.
I think that's just Mortal Kombat timelines in general. Like, it's not, they keep resetting it, and some people are gods and some people it's a lot. Anyway, whatever reason we can get people to fight each other is enough for any fighting game fan. I tried to look at, I started watching like a 2-hour video on the Guilty Gear lore and turned it off.
Oh, good luck.
Well, none of them are done in a very, like, the ones that I found are either not in depth enough or it's like a group of people talking about it. And I just wanted one YouTube guy to explain it all to me with pictures. That's what I was in the mood for. And it was just like Discord calls and I wasn't having it.
Strider, your time has come.
You know everything.
No.
Okay.
You have to think about it.
No, I think Woolies Versus a series on the Guilty Gear lore like was sponsored in some official way by Arxis.
I mean, there's the in-game like story
Woolly versus Guilty Gear lore, Heaven or Hell. It was officially sponsored by Arxis. It's right there in the description. I thought so. Because that's how I originally learned the lore. He has 7 videos on the lore, like broken down into like between or during each game.
Okay, I'm gonna watch these, and then maybe I'll learn, and then I'll be sad that Potemkin never really matters in any of them.
He's there.
He just ends up being sad.
He's just such a cool character, and he's just like not even necessary to any. He's like a side character of a side character.
He loses a lot too. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he doesn't like to fight. It's okay.
I mean, the thing with the Guilty Gear is that you're a cool character in a cast of cool characters. Like, everyone's sick.
Yeah, and then a bed takes over like half the storyline. All right.
Well, I like how everyone says like, oh, Axel's like one of the strongest characters of the franchise because like he can just go back and like erase everybody in time. But then there's that moment where like, you know, summoned Soul's past version of himself and made them fight each other, and Soul killed his younger version, and he just like tanked being erased from existence and didn't care. So, you know, I love the Guilty Gear power scaling. It's immaculate.
I definitely know that the one video that I think I watched 2 like 20 there's plot holes galore. it's not a super well structured thing, and there's so much. It's a fantasy world, so there's a million different terms for the same kind of shit that we know. It's just called something else. Anyway, maybe I'll look into it, but that's for another time. Y'all got anything else, or are we good?
I think we're good.
I think we're good.
All right. Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for your reviews and diagnoses of these games. We'll have to check them out. I might check out the Densha one. I'll definitely throw it in the thumbnail. Why not?
100% recommend that one. It's so fun.
All right. I'll check it out. Maybe if I get $20. Never mind.
It's too late.
No, that's why I said never mind.
It's
I don't
too late.
want.
It's
no,
too.
Don't do that.
It's too
All the
late.
time I'm addicted to Palworld. Leave me alone.
Nope.
It's true. He is every day.
I'm hardcore addicted. I'm about to go do it again. So, if you're still with us, thank you so much. We love hearing from y'all. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them on the video or send us an email at giantenemycrabpod@gmail.com. Tell your friends. God damn it. Tell your and leave 5 stars or whatever. And yeah, that's it. I guess we'll catch you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.